Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Nobody likes criticism, do they? Even what is meant to be constructive criticism can end up with hurt feelings or frosty receptions. In fact, people pleasers like me tend to avoid even constructive criticism, let alone confronting people for something they've done wrong. Jesus and John the Baptist didn't seem to have a problem in this area, did they? And their tendency to call people out got them in trouble. Of course, sometimes people have to be called out. In John the Baptist's case, he called out Herod the Tetrarch. Herod had gone to visit his brother Philip and seduced Philip's wife Herodias, who happened to be their niece, by the way. John the Baptist confronted Herod about this, saying, "What you did is against the law." Instead of admitting his sin, Herod arrested John. He couldn't stop him from talking about it, so he put him in a place no one would hear him. Herod would have killed John, but he feared the reaction of the Jewish people. He did eventually have John the Baptist beheaded, and Herodias was mostly responsible for that. She didn't like to be told that she was doing something wrong either. Most people don't. The Pharisees sure didn't. Jesus tried to get them to understand that being right with God wasn't a list of boxes they had to get checked every day. It was a matter of the heart, and theirs was far from Him. He called them blind guides, whited sepulchres, full of dead men's bones, serpents, hypocrites. Now, Jesus wasn't just calling them names to put them down and make them look bad. He was trying to shock them into realizing the futility of their religious works and to get them to repent. When Jesus called them out, they had a choice. They could do some soul searching and see if what Jesus said about them was true, or they could automatically reject Him. Perhaps some of them were convicted. Perhaps some of them took to heart what He said, repented, and followed Him. But as we see in the Gospels, most of them chose to follow what they'd been taught and modeled to them instead of the truth. How about us? When someone confronts us, whether it's constructive criticism or just critical criticism, how do we respond? I know I sometimes get automatically defensive and reject what they say in an attempt to justify my actions. But of the few times I've remembered to stop and think and even ask God if they were right in what they said, I've learned a lot. For one, I've learned a soft answer turns away wrath, but a defensive one starts arguments. I've learned that when I listen instead of speaking, I grow and mature. How do you respond when you run into a critic? What has your response taught you?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to share a treasure God has given you by doing an episode, please contact us. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you'll find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.